So you're interested in applying for a grant, but you don't really know how to approach the process. In today's video, I'm going to let you know exactly what you need to do in order to apply for a grant for the first time. Are you ready? Let's go. Are you an artist, producer, engineer, or music professional that's looking for funding for your music career? Could you benefit from having funding for studio time, mixing and mastering, or even marketing costs? I think I have something for you. I've written a free ebook. It's 9 pages, super short and digestible, where I break down the 6 main places that artists and professionals like yourself can find funding for their musical projects. If this sounds like it's of value to you, please click the link below and you can download this for free today and benefit from this knowledge. I hope this helps. I'll see you guys soon. Peace. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy 5-piece producer, engineer, and grant writer extraordinaire. Thank you for checking out today's video, and if you haven't already, please hit the bell and the subscribe button below. I've got a lot of dope content out there and a lot of dope stuff coming. I'm dropping a video every single Thursday talking about things like mixing, mastering, and recording, but also stuff like career advice and how to win grants for yourself to get your music funded. Now, in today's video, we're going to talk about what do you need to do to apply for a grant. There are certain steps that you need to take before applying, and I'm going to help you figure out exactly what you need to do so by the end of this video, you are ready to apply. And make sure you stay tuned all the way to the end because I'm going to let you in on a specific way you can learn how to apply and, more importantly, guarantee success for your winning of funding. All right, so let's talk about the first thing you need to do. Meeting the eligibility criteria. Every grant organization has its own unique eligibility criteria that will allow you to qualify for their grant programs. Depending on if you meet them, you'll actually be able to apply, and if you don't, of course, you cannot proceed. Now, depending on where you live, this is going to vary, but in Canada, you must first of all be a Canadian citizen. That's step number 1. The other thing too is you have to have a permanent address in Canada. Now, if you're deciding to apply to a specific provincial grant organization like Ontario Arts Council, your address must actually be within that province as well. So like I was saying, if I want to apply to Ontario Arts Council, my permanent address must be in Ontario. If my permanent address is listed as British Columbia or somewhere in Prince Edward Island, I'm not going to be able to apply. So citizenship is the first thing, permanent address is the second thing, and once you've confirmed that you meet both of those criteria, you can proceed to the next step. The other thing that you must be mindful of when you're applying for a grant is you need to be working on a specific project. You can't just say, hey, I need money, bro. You got to actually have something that you're working on, whether it's a specific music video, a series of singles, or an actual album. Whatever it is, you can definitely apply for a grant, and even if you don't necessarily have an exact project, you can always formulate one with what you're working on. So let's say that you're, releasing music loosely, you're dropping something every month, you have a bunch of singles. You can say, I'm working on a multi-single project. So make sure that you take what you're working on, formulate it into a way that people can understand, the grant organization can understand, make sure that it's a project that's actionable, that you can take steps to actually complete, and that the grant organization knows what they're investing in. And then if you've done that, you can actually proceed to the next step. Have a proof of concept. When you apply to a grant, you don't just ask for money with a couple of questions and answers. Instead, you have to actually provide evidence that you can actually do what you're trying to do. Typically, you want to be turning in things like music videos, treatments, write-ups, music demos, lyrics, letters of confirmation. There's a whole bunch of things that you could potentially turn in to support your application. These are known as support materials, and you're going to want to have some available and ready to go when you decide to apply. If you don't have a specific project, like I mentioned in the last step, and if you don't have any music demos that are unreleased that are ready for submission, then you're not really going to be able to apply. You're not going to be able to say, I need money, I don't have anything to prove why I need it. You're not going to get the money. So you absolutely need to have some sort of proof of concept in the form of your support materials before you apply. Once you have that, you can proceed to the next step. The next thing you need to have is an up-to-date artist biography. Now, some artists don't even have an artist biography, which is terrible because the thing is, when you're applying to these grants, they're probably not going to know who you are. You can't bank on them just recognizing you and your name. So instead, you want to provide a document called an artist biography that's going to let the person reviewing your grant know exactly who you are, know what you've accomplished, know what you stand for, and know where you're headed. Not only that, it makes you look a lot more professional and organized and trustworthy with money. If you're going to be asking for a lot of money, they're not just going to give it to anybody with their hand out. You have to have some specific things in place that prove you're worthy of the funding, and having a really solid and up-to-date artist biography is going to help get you there. If you have that, you can proceed to the final step. The last thing you need to have is a completed grant application. So you have your support materials, you have your demos, you have your artist biography, you've met all the eligibility criteria, you have all of that taken care of. The last thing you need is the actual proposal. This is where you discuss what you're doing in your grant, what you're going to be doing with the money specifically, where it's going to be spent, who's going to be getting it, and how this project is ultimately going to help catapult your career and help you do better in life. So these are very crucial questions that you're going to want to be answering in your application. The organization is going to ask you for some specific stuff, different things, and you want to make sure you just address them directly and clearly and leave no mystery whatsoever on the application. That's where a lot of people fall short. So once you have an actual written, completed grant application with all of the other things I've mentioned, you're pretty much ready to apply. You can send your grant in, and hopefully you can win this funding. Now, if you want to get some more information, and if you really want to learn how to win funding for yourself, how do I actually guarantee that I can win this grant funding? How do I turn in an amazing application that's fundable, that'll get approved? You're definitely going to want to check out my online course, How to Win Canadian Music Grants. I'm going to leave a link to it in the description below. But I go through everything in this course. I show you how to write an amazing proposal. I show you how to create a dope artist biography. I show you how to turn in the right music demo for the pitch. I literally give you every single thing that you're going to need to apply to a grant. All you got to do is follow the course step by step, take the actions that I'm giving you in each lesson, and ultimately turn in your completed application. And if you do that, you're going to be so much closer to getting funded and actually making a living with your music. All right, I hope you got value out of this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share once again. Drop a comment below. Let me know what else you want to see, and definitely check out my other videos on grants. Hope to see you soon. Peace out.